New card Kaizoku video. Need to watch.
Card Kaizoku.
This video is brought to you by Nengarden. To celebrate their 1-year anniversary, they're thanking fans with a huge sale. Plus, you can use code CARDKaizoku at checkout for an extra 5% off your order. This video is brought to you by Adakai TCG. Shop the latest in premium holographic textured custom One Piece cards. Designed for collectors, crafted to stand out. Use code CARDKaizoku for 15% off your next order. This video is sponsored by gumgum.gg. See the most up-to-date Eastern and Western deck lists on gumgum.gg. Updated daily. Be the first to see deck lists for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1,000 deck lists per set, gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. So, Premium Booster 2 is releasing in a week on October 3rd. You may be asking yourself, why should I pick up Premium Booster 2? What is in it for me? I'm going to go over that, what it pertains to every type of person who could potentially want to buy this product. But to get into that, let's take a look at what Premium Booster 1 was. So Premium Booster 1 was released about a year ago, a little less than a year ago. What did it contain? So it was a reprint set. Yes, that's what the Premium Booster sets are. So yeah, a lot of popular past cards are now commonly available, reprinted in the set, some with even alternate art cards. So if you're a new player and you're not caught up with purchasing all the sets up until now, Premium Booster sets were a way for you to like really grow out your collection. It is curated with a bunch of the kind of the best meta cards of the past, so you don't have to buy each set separately. Premium Booster 1 also contained one new leader, so this just opened up a new way to play. Sanji gave rush to things without on plays, and then it also had Golden Dawn. So yeah, you could even bling out your Dawn cards now. There was normal versions, there's foil versions, and then there were golden foil versions. So if you wanted it to really make your deck really premium, and if you're really dedicated to one character, there was like a theme for each Golden Dawn card here. So what's new in PRB02? It's a lot of the same, but they are targeting a wider net even more than Premium Booster 1 did. So let's take a look. And then we'll go into detail of what exactly is inside PRB02 later on in the video. So reprints of popular cards, same thing as in PRB01, a lot of good staples, a lot of cards that are like hard to find, right? I think a lot of these are out of print now. Some of these cards from like OP03, right? Gungam Jet Gatling with alternate art as well. So yeah, basically the same thing as PRB01. What else? So there's also brand new cards. They hook the people who are like, well, I don't care about reprints. I have all the cards I need. I don't need the premium versions of them. They got you, right? There's new cards that you need to get in this set. They make some decks meta relevant, unfortunately or fortunately, right? It gives you a reason to buy the set, I guess. But yeah, there's stuff for even veteran players who've been collecting all the sets up until now. On top of that, there are also, again, the custom Dawn cards, right? The thematic per character alternate art Dawn cards, also in the same variations, right? There's the normal version, the foil version, and then the golden ones are back, right? These are the 3 variations. So yeah, it just covers some of the characters that weren't covered in PRB01, like Carrot here, or you see Shanks here, or whatever this smoke is. We'll see in detail. Maybe I just need to zoom into it to know which character it's for. Also, on top of that, if you want to even bling out even more than you did before, there's alternate manga foil event cards here, right? Similar to the ones that we've been seeing in the past 2 sets. They're releasing them for some of the older events here. And also, on top of that, in case the alt arts weren't enough, there's SP cards in this set. So not only are there alt arts for previous cards, now there's SP alt arts for them. And they all have this kind of theme where like, you see the border of the cards, they like interact with it in some way. They like cut the border, or they like melt it, or they like pretty much destroy the border of the card. And then on top of that, so now there's a manga rare Sanji in PRB02. So you can have both Zoro and Sanji from OP06 as a manga rare in your deck if you're running a blue-green deck. Yeah, MSRP is $5.49 per pack. That is going to be hard to come by unless you're buying from a official Bandai store. So yeah, historically, these have been pretty sought after sets, especially now that there's something for like everybody here. So let's jump into the details of what's exactly in this set. So I thought I'd go into the new cards. So even if you don't care about the alt arts, you're still gonna want to care about PRB02. I would say that if you're any of these leaders that you see here on the left, you're most likely gonna benefit from PRB02 in some way, some more than others, by a very large variance of degree, right? Some of these are like micro buffs, but some of these are like game-changing identity buffs. So let's just go over the new PRB02 card. So for Otama, this one here, this is going to be used in Yamato and Bonnie. So if you play either of those 2 leaders, you're going to want Otama, or to buy PRB02 for Otama, or just buy it as singles maybe. And then Mr. 3 here is used in Buggy primarily, but I think he's generic enough to be used in any blue deck that wants to counter green's way of resting your characters. So it's generic enough. I would put every blue leader onto here, but that'd be like making the list super long. This Nami is usable in, I would say, mainly green-purple Luffy. Ooh, I forgot to put him over here. Hold on. So yeah, green-purple Luffy here, and you could even argue purple Luffy, but I think he has access to Law, so he probably doesn't need Nami unless you really need a second searcher. But also usable in purple-black Luffy, just because you get 1 Dawn back from this guy as well, so you could easily play a 2-cost searcher with that extra Dawn you get back, kind of similar to how green-purple Luffy gets extra Dawn. And it is a meta new like staple in this deck in particular, because green-purple Luffy is considerably still meta in OP13, and will be in PRB02 for that 1 month where we have it legal. This Bonnie here is used in primarily the other Bonnie deck. Hold on. I thought I got everything. Green Bonnie, right, with the 8-cost kid strategy, or if you're still playing Red Green Smoker with 8-cost kid, Bonnie is an option there. It gives you active Dawn to protect your kid with. This Lucky Root is primarily used in Shanks. It's searchable in Shanks, but you could play it in any like kind of big red kind of deck. This 2k counter Zoro is used in quite a few decks, I think, right? You could play it in green Zoro, you can play it in green purple Luffy. I think it's probably generic enough to be used in any green deck as well, similar to the Mr. 3, right? If this was rested, you could rest one of your other characters instead, so it's generic, much like Mr. 3 is. This Kobe is staple in Red Green Smoker, right? This is the new elevated form of Red Green Smoker. I've seen it used in Shanks too, right? Some niche usage in Shanks. And of course in a Kobe deck, namesake deck, synergizes really well with this deck. Now this Luffy, I think I've only ever seen it run in green purple Luffy, and I only run it as a 2-of copy, and I'm not too sure how impactful it is, but it's there in case you're a green purple Luffy player. This Jinbei is a micro buff for 1 deck, Doflamingo. I guess technically Boa too, Boa Hancock here, but it's mainly for the Doflamingo because it's a 4-drop that you can cheat out. And then we don't have that other Jinbei that can cheat out another character anyway. Oh, but that banned Jinbei can't cheat out this Jinbei anyway because they're the same name. But yeah, that's there. This Shiryu is for Blackbeard. Mr. Teach here. I would say it's a pretty good card, but it's just that Teach is having trouble in OP13 as a whole, especially because the Emu can't be handled by Blackbeard's strategy, unfortunately. But Shiryu is a really good card for the deck. Marco is one of the newest and biggest additions to blue. It's a generic blue card. I can't believe they made this generic, but this is staple in a future deck. Red Blue Ace, you're gonna need Marco, because with the Ace, his leader ability, you draw 3 cards when Marco dies if you have a Dawn attached. Because of that, it's such a protective deck. You get so much resources because not only do you stop an attack, he's a blocker, by the way. You also draw a bunch of cards on top of that. It's also staple in pretty much like any blue deck that wants to be defensive. You can run it. You could probably even run it in Luffy here. Also the blue-yellow Nami. Dang, what the heck? That's like 4 leaders I forgot. But yeah, it's a staple in this deck as well. There's also this new purple Doflamingo. It can be used in any deck that runs the 8-cost Doflamingo package, which is namely, I think right now, Blue-Purple Luffy's have transitioned to that. I would see that this card makes sense for the deck. It ramps you on 5. It's a blocker 2, which you need because you're a 3-life leader. Also usable in Sugar, because Sugar also runs that Doflamingo Rosinante package. And of course, Green-Purple Doflamingo. And then this Boa is usable in a future deck. It's used in this Yellow Bonnie deck. It's also really great in Enel because it stalls, and then I would imagine it's good in the Robin deck too. For the same reasons, you can stall, and then since Robin's so fragile, it helps buy you some time, and it synergizes with their leader ability. This Ace is a staple if you want to play Black Yellow Luffy, right? I think Ace kind of makes this deck playable again. After that 8-cost Gekko Moria ban, this deck kind of fell into the gutter, but this is kind of like a mini 8-cost Gekko Moria and exclusive to him, so it's super balanced. So I would expect Black Yellow Luffy players are going to be eating good with this Ace, right? They get to play their deck again finally. This Sabo is a generic enough card to be run in like any black deck, because most of the black decks do kind of go big in discard size, but it's mainly for the Sabo and Koala decks. And I would say Emu too. Emu makes sense, right? He discards a lot of cards, or they, I don't know the gender of Emu. But yeah, it's generic enough. It's a blocker too, and like even paying 6 for this is not bad at all. This Law is staple in Smoker. The new Smoker deck runs Law, and then also Shanks. Shanks can utilize them pretty well too. And I know he's probably for the Caesar deck, but I'm not going to include him here. Sorry, Caesar players. And then Gekko Moria, 6-cost Gekko Moria is a pretty nice addition to the Gekko Moria deck. It definitely buffs him, but it seems like everything else in the meta is power crept. But it does seem like a busted card, right? You get to play a 4-drop, which is any Thriller Bark Pirate in your deck, or in your trash out. And then lastly, we have Pudding here. So Pudding buffs Katakuri, purple Katakuri, and purple yellow Pudding, right? It helps you get your A-cost Katakuri out. Like sometimes a turn earlier, it draws you cards. It's another body that can attack or eats an attack up too. So this is also really good. So if you play any of these leaders or any generic like blue leader or green or black, you'll get something from PRB02. Now moving on to the reprints. So this is for brand new players who haven't been collecting since like, I want to say like, no, I was going to say like there's like a cutoff of when these cards were reprinted, but I think it's kind of random. So there's EB01 cards here. Cavendish being a really big addition, right? This is a very expensive card. So if you didn't happen to buy EB01 when it was like released, it's kind of hard to get your hands on Cavendish these days, unless you have the moolah to spend. What else? Brook is also not a cheap card that is getting reprinted. Laboon is also pretty important for removal-based decks. Finger Pistol used to be, it might still be, right? I can see its uses. It also gets an alt art, which is pretty cool. This Shirahoshi is pretty staple in some yellow decks like Enel. Mr. 2 is a staple in a lot of ramp decks, so this is getting reprinted. This is a secret rare. A lot of secret rares are getting reprinted too, so that's going to be really good. This Luffy, also a secret rare from EB02. Staple in green-purple Luffy and in purple-black Luffy. Probably Robin too. This Buggy, if you're trying to build Rayleigh still, is going to help you there. Yeah, a lot of the zero cost 3k counter events have been reprinted too. So there's Gum Rain, Gum Jet Gatling here. I do believe like Oh My God and Bad Manners Kit Course is reprinted. Yeah, here's Bad Manners. Kaya and Nojiko are great utility cards that you can bounce back to your hand with a bunch of blue effects. Oh yeah, 6 King Pistol too. So I think every color, right? I don't think I see green, but it's probably going to show up later. And then Sabo is really good to prevent KOs. Rosanante as well. Rebecca's a good card. Gedatsu, Shanks. If you're playing Emu next set, you have an alt art for the Mary Joa stage. Gravity Blade. Ooh, alt art Gravity Blade. That's pretty sick. Pudding's a staple. Momo can be if you're playing Yamato or even Nami. And here's the Sanji and then the Zoro secret rare reprints. Here's the Oh My God. Oh, this dragon is pretty important in Sabo and a few other aggro decks. Uruj is important. If you want to play Doflamingo, there's some 7 Warlords reprints. This 2k Sanji is a really good 2k counter. So is this Frankie, so is this Egghead Luffy, and then Secret Rare Sabos and Ace are reprinted too. This is staple in an Enel deck, and this is just a nice tech option to have in some black removal decks. Carrot has been super meta relevant. Rayleigh is a super meta relevant red Secret Rare, reprinted in the set. 10 cost Shanks, Ben Beckman is good. If you're playing Buggy, his starter deck cards are kind of reprinted in the set. This Sanji is kind of mandatory in a lot of purple decks as well. This Frankie in purple black Luffy in particular. Huh, yeah, a lot of like starter deck cards are reprinted here. Gungam Giant, one of the best purple 4K counters. Event counters, you're gonna need this. 10 cost Blackbeard. The 2k Chopper is really important too. 8 cost Kid, secret rare. Oh, it's just an SR. Reprint. X-Strike is good too. And then the 7 cost Law secret rare is reprinted. Oh, importantly too, a lot of promo cards that might have been hard to get if you don't go to like events. And then, yeah, you're not gonna be able to get past cards from events these days. Like this promo Sabo, they're available in this Premium Booster 2 set. This 2k Jinbei too for a lot of Fishman decks is really important. I think this Sabo is also like a staple in Black Yellow Luffy now. And then some of the Odyssey type cards are here too, right? I think this Audio is a staple in the Lim deck. The Buggy Cross Guild promo cards are here too. And I think most importantly, if you're playing like Yellow Kid or Green Yellow Law, this Law is finally available. And yeah, here are the new cards that also have alt arts for the new cards as well. I think every single one, yeah. But speaking of Black Yellow Luffy, they even have the 2 cost brothers for you here, in case you don't want to buy the starter deck. Usohachi is a really good purple 2k counter that they're reprinting here. So is this 9 cost Shanks. It's a good card too. What else? Onami is good. Sangoro is good. These are starter deck reprints. So yeah, that's what new players are looking to get, right? A bunch of staples that are meta relevant from the past sets. Now, if you're a collector, there's a bunch of alt arts too. So there's like dinky ones that are just like foil versions of past cards. I think these are kind of lame, but there's also like alternate art, right? This Apu has different art. Again, this Finger Pistol is really sick, so I like these ones. Like Bad Manners Kit Course has an alt art. And then here are the SP cards. So there's this Luffy SP where he like smashed the border with his hands. There's this Rebecca one where she sewed it, was sewing like a thing for her. No, that's the Tontata people, right? That like to sew. And then Shanks slashed his up. Pudding cut hers up with the scissor. Oh, why is it a film reel? Did her third eye have something to do with seeing the past or the future? I kind of forgot what happened in Whole Cake. And then Carrot, for some reason, Pod, hers. And then, wait, I'm missing one. Is it out of order? There's a Law one. Where is he at? Why is he on this page? Okay, so Law, for some reason, his made his entire border shift in many different directions. I guess he shambled it. And then on top of that, we have the alt art event. So it's for the one cost red hair pirate searcher, the cross guild searcher, Gungam giant, and then the Blackbeard pirate searcher. I guess they didn't want to do it for the purple searcher because this is the only one that's not a searcher. So yeah, if you want to bling out your cards in your deck, there's that. If you want to bling out your Dawn cards too, or if you just want to make your Dawn cards thematic, I think it's even nice to get like the common rarity ones if you like a particular character. So let's go over each design. If you like God Usopp, he's here. If you like Kalgara, this is a Kalgara bell, right? And then here's Carrot. Is this Kairos? I'm gonna get exposed for being a fake One Piece fan. Whose glasses are these? Is this Kobe? No, I have no idea. Something related to flowers, these glasses, and then they have Conqueror's hockey. Who could that be? I don't know. You guys tell me. And then Sanji's peel off. Caesar. This is Pudding's eye. Shanks's hockey. Pizza. Is this Bonnie? Yeah, because they have the piercing here. This is Sugar, right? This one is Rebecca because her face is there. Jinbei. That's pretty cool. Smoker. You can see his smoke and his the Dr. Hero look and Chopper. Then we have a Nami one. This one's pretty cool. And Zeus is really thirsty. I understand. Zeus. Me too. Robin, who is just a hat. Oh, the hat is on the Dawn. Oh, this is pretty sick. Buggy. Fire and green and yellow stripes. Who could that be? And then, oh, Foxy. There's a Foxy Dawn where his nose is the cross on the do. And then there's the Vegapunk one. Boa. This black and white one. Is it Blackbeard? Maybe, right? This one's kind of basic. I don't really like it, but we'll see if the gold version is any better. There's Marco. I believe this is Bella Betty. That's the Revolutionary Army symbol. Snake Man Luffy. Gear 5 Luffy? Is that what this is? Oh, this one's really cool. I want this one. Yamato. A second Yamato Dawn. Lim Dawn. Lucci. Whoa, this one's really sick. And then here's the foil versions where they make it kind of glittery and rainbow. And then the Golden Dawn are actually pretty sick, right? They add some new, well, most of them, or some of them add like really special effects onto them. So let's just scroll past to those. So yeah, this Usopp one has a Japanese here. What does it say? What does it say here? Omae tachi wa ore ga michibiku. So I read the manga in English. I don't know what this is quoting. I think this is when they misheard what he said because he meant to say something cowardly, but it sounded really cool, and everyone was like, "Whoa, he's the God Usopp." Oh yeah, you see here, this is a good example of one. This Kalgara one, you can see they added like gold etchings for Kalgara and Norlin toasting. Oh, this Carrot one, you can see the Sulong form of Carrot in the background. It is Kairos without the helmet in the background here. Okay, this has to be Kobe, right? Because it has a marine logo. And he, is this Conqueror's hockey? This Black Lightning? No, it's armament hockey, right? Like advanced armament hockey is what makes his lightning. Does Kobe have Conqueror's hockey? It's not confirmed, but I mean, that's the only time you ever see this lightning though. And I get the glasses. What's this flower pattern? Oh, it's his headband. Okay, it makes sense. This Sanji one, kind of lame, right? They just kind of made everything gold outlined. Caesar says gas. This Pudding one has golden sparkles. And then the rose? No, that was always there. Shanks gets like animal print. Oh, I didn't know he was like an Osaka Baba. This Bonnie one has paw prints. That's very thematic, very sad. Oh, her like lips here too. Very cute. This Pudding one gets like flower stuff on the edge. Rebecca gets like jewelry and like fish scales. Oh, this is Shirahoshi. Rebecca? Oops. I was like, what does Rebecca have to do with fish? Oh, right. Shirahoshi is a fish. They're both pink haired and they kind of have the same face. Come on, Oda. And this Jinbei one has golden flecks in the sea. Smoker. What is this kanji? Hold on.
Seigi.
Oh, okay, it's Seigi. Justice. Makes sense for Smoker. This one, nothing special. Nami one, I guess. Some added sparkles. This Robin one gets some texture on the Dawn card, the Dawn word. Buggy has like shiny rays, I guess. Whose is this? Let me do another kanji search.
副所長.
Oh, this is Hanya Ball. What the heck? I would not have guessed. Hanya Ball. All right, he has like pharaoh hat. That's this design. Okay, and then Foxy gets like sparkles. Vegapunk has the word punk records here. I think the other one didn't have that. Boas is cool. The hearts are shiny. Okay, this is definitely Blackbeard. They added like the earthquake marks here to signify like his stolen Whitebeard fruit, right? And then Marco has shiny flame. Bella Betty's is pretty cool, gold outline. Ooh, this Luffy Jet Culverin one is pretty cool too, right? The golden snake shiny part there. Gear 5 Luffy one is okay. Oh, the Yamato one has a bunch of kanji that I'm not gonna search. That's too much for me to search. Lim one has a bunch of artifact marks. Luchi one is pretty sick. It was kind of already sick, but now there's like gold on it. And that's it. Okay, yeah, so that's all the Golden Dawn. I hope I was able to identify each character. So if you like any of these characters, there's a special chase card for you. And the nice thing about this Golden Dawn is that they kind of have retained their value. They're like pretty pricey, right? So we take a look at the PRB01 Golden Dawn. This is my website, my market review dashboard here. The most expensive one is the Zoro one from PRB01, $404. Next most expensive one is the Law one for $181. So yeah, popular characters get the more expensive Dawn. Now, the cheapest one though is actually like $40 for like King, and then the Queen one, King and Queen. Crocodile is kind of low too. So yeah, these didn't retain their value. They used to be quite high. I think they were like all around like $80 to $100 for like the cheapest ones, but they have gone down since. But on the flip side of that, some of the more popular ones have remained or even like gotten more expensive, right? The Zoro one is crazy expensive. And I believe this Katakuri one went up in price. There's Ace. But yeah, so if you're a collector, or even like if you want to have a expensive collection, some of these cards are quite value retentive. Is that a word? But yeah, I think that about covers everything in PRB02, right? They have stuff for new players, for collectors, for current players who just want to play meta. So it's shipping up to be a pretty hype set. Looks like that's what they're gonna do for PRB02 from now on. They're probably gonna add even more stuff to entice a wider net of people, right? They didn't have a leader this time. Maybe they'll include a leader next time again. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys thought, if that helped you decide whether to buy PRB02 or not, if you can even get a hold of it. I think it's gonna be a sold out, hard to get set. Fortunately for me, there's a Bandai official store near me, so I'll try to get it from there, but they do kind of limit you to like 1 or 2 boxes a day, but we'll see. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get an unboxing video for you guys. If not, then I'll FOMO with the rest of you. But yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.